When I first went on radio, I was the only one saying what I'm saying, more right to the core of the horror of it. And I'm sorry to say, the horror of things to come. You just don't have any idea what to expect from the election of this imposter. I'm warning you, this is not going to be what you think it is. We have to be very careful about Social Security and death by diagnosis, death by medicine. And I've just got this clip. Now listen, and I'll come right back.
Back in 1927, an American socialist, Norman Thomas, 6 times candidate for president on the Socialist Party ticket, said the American people would never vote for socialism. But he said under the name of liberalism, the American people will adopt every fragment of the socialist program. There are many ways in which our government has invaded the precincts of private citizens, the method of earning a living. Our government is in business to the extent of owning more than 19,000 businesses covering 47 different lines of activity. This amounts to 1/5 of the total industrial capacity of the United States. But at the moment, I'd like to talk about another way, because this threat is with us and at the moment is more imminent. One of the traditional methods of imposing statism or socialism on a people has been by way of medicine. It's very easy to disguise a medical program as a humanitarian project. Most people are a little reluctant to oppose anything that suggests medical care for people who possibly can't afford it. Now, the American people, if you put it to them about socialized medicine and gave them a chance to choose, would unhesitatingly vote against it. We had an example of this under the Truman administration. It was proposed that we have a compulsory health insurance program for all people in the United States, and of course the American people unhesitatingly rejected this. So, with the American people on record as not wanting socialized medicine, Congressman Farrand introduced the Farrand Bill. This was the idea that all people of Social Security age should be brought under a program of compulsory health insurance. Now, this would not only be our senior citizens, this would be the dependents and those who are disabled. This would be young people if they are dependents of someone eligible for Social Security. Now, Congressman Farrand brought the program out on that idea of just for that particular group of people. But Congressman Farrand was subscribing to this foot-in-the-door philosophy because he said, if we can only break through and get our foot inside the door, then we can expand the program after that. Walter Reuther said, it's no secret that the United Automobile Workers is officially on record as backing a program of national health insurance. And by national health insurance, he meant socialized medicine for every American. Well, let's see what the socialists themselves had to say about it. They say, once the Farrand Bill is passed, this nation will be provided with a mechanism for socialized medicine capable of indefinite expansion in every direction until it includes the entire population.
Now, hold it right there.
Well, we can't say we haven't been warned.
That's right. Now, very quick. In the brainwashing book, the synthesis, the Russian textbook of psychopolitics, which you can get on the web, fhu.com. Download it, 64 pages. It says in this book very clearly, page after page, we are not interested in this cure or that cure. We want people to be mentally ill, so they're totally dependent upon our cures. And therefore comes a time when we basically withhold the medicine so long as they literally will vote us into power. If the drug lord was running for president, all the pushers would elect him. What you've got is mentally ill people in power that will seem like they're sane, but do not have your best interests at heart. Just finish off what he says, just a couple of minutes.
James Madison in 1788, speaking to the Virginia Convention, said, since the general civilization of mankind, I believe there are more instances of the abridgment of the freedom of the people by gradual and silent encroachment of those in power than by violent and sudden usurpations. Let's take a look at Social Security itself. Again, very few of us disagree with the original premise that there should be some form of saving that would keep destitution from following unemployment by reason of death, disability, or old age. And to this end, Social Security was adopted. But it was never intended to supplant private savings, private insurance, pension programs of unions and industries.
And what happened? Now what happened is, you got Social Security, which was supposed to be a savings. You got Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And guess what happens? They spent your money. what they did was spread the wealth.